There continues to be a real and serious problem in the United States regarding access to mental health services, undiagnosed mental illness, untreated mental illness. And over the years, we've covered conspiracy theories and conspiracism and cultish thinking, cult-like thinking, by interviewing all sorts of different experts. And they've told us about the connection that exists to mental illness. Now, this doesn't mean every conspiracy theorist is mentally ill. Not at all. That's not what this means. But we've explored in detail the connection that exists there and how sometimes delusional paranoia and schizophrenia or whatever, it will lend itself to be captured by whatever the conspiracy theory of the day is, and it can create some confounding factors in figuring out what's going on and why. Okay. In the last few months, QAnon, the conspiracy group, has been increasingly focused on going out to Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas. That's the site, of course, where former President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in 1963. And something really interesting and kind of bizarre developed. Some of these people have started to say JFK Jr. is actually still alive. This is the late son of JFK, the former president. This is an important detail. JFK and JFK Jr., two different people. JFK died in 1963. JFK Jr. died in 1999. Two different people. This is sort of fringe even for some of the QAnon people. Like only some of the QAnon people believe this. But the idea is JFK Jr. is still alive. Now, the bulk of QAnon is based on the idea that Donald Trump was, in parentheses, sent by God. Sometimes it's sent by God, sometimes not. Donald Trump was sent to fight a Satan-worshiping group of child traffickers, mostly Democrats, among other things. That's the big piece. There's an offshoot of QAnon that believes that JFK Jr. is still alive based on, I don't even know what, might be numerology, hard to understand it. So that gets us to this past weekend, where there was like it was like a holiday QAnon rally, parade of some kind in Dallas, Texas. And I'm going to play a short video here where you're going to watch and you're going to be able to hear protesters saying JFK is alive. Two people say JFK is alive. And then someone else says JFK Jr. too. They seem confused about which JFK is supposedly still alive. And some of them apparently are saying that it's both. Take a look at this insane video.
JFK is alive. You'll find out.
JFK's alive. He's alive. He's president.
So's Junior. There's more than they can handle. They have no... I'm up for time traveling.
You'll find out. Curing amnesia. Yeah.
Hey, where is
So now JFK is still alive. I hadn't even heard that before. What do you think is more likely? They don't know the difference between JFK and JFK Jr. And so they heard some Q people saying JFK Jr. is alive. They don't realize that that's JFK's son. And so they're just saying JFK. That's one possibility. The other possibility is they genuinely believe that it's JFK and not JFK Jr. that's the one that's actually alive. Option 3 is some other type of confusion that is, good luck figuring out what it is. Now, again, JFK was the former president, assassinated in 1963. If he were alive today, he'd be 104 years old. It's possible. It's not particularly likely. Even if he did somehow die in 1963, even if he somehow didn't really die in 1963, figured out a way to stay alive without anyone knowing, everybody was in on it, nobody spilt the beans, he'd be 104 years old today. Not super likely based on actuarial tables for men born in 1917, when JFK was born. On the other hand, JFK Jr., also known as John, he died in 1999 in a plane crash and would be 61 today. Way more plausible. Neither is true. They're both dead. But if you're going to posit that one of them is actually still alive, I would go with the guy who would be 61, not with the guy who would be 104. No evidence of either, but statistically more possible. These people are really confused. And to the extent that they are not violent, seeing this is more sad than anything else. The problem is, increasingly there's the concern that the QAnon people, when none of it comes true, because now they're at years of none of this stuff coming true, there is the concern that as their predictions continue not to come true, they will go over the line into some kind of Jonestown type mass suicide, maybe even taking other people down with them. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. But JFK confusion at Dealey Plaza over the weekend.